Namaste students. So today we are going to deal with the chapter that is coordination compound. So in your last class you have learned a theory based on Werner's theory's drawback. A theory has been proposed which is known as the valence bond theory. So there the explanation has been given based on the strong field as well as weak field. So while explaining I have told, so the explanation regarding or the concept of strong field as well as weak field has been explained or proposed in the theory which is called as CFT. So that is nothing but crystal field theory. So based on the drawbacks of VBT, valence bond theory, so this theory has been proposed which will be considered as crystal field theory. So now in your VBT you have understood that metal which is present in the center as well as ligand are present outside, okay, so around the metal, okay, so between them whatever the bonding will take place due to hybridization, okay, so due to hybridization of orbital the bonding formation will take place, that is nothing but covalent. So this theory majorly it explains the formation of a bond which takes place between metal as well as ligand. That bond formation it is purely ionic in nature, okay. So this theory explains so the bond formed present between metal as well as ligand. So that is purely ionic in nature as well as it will be having electrostatic force of attraction between them. Okay, so it will be having electrostatic force of attraction will be present between them. So now if you go with your metal as well as ligand, the ligand which is present around the metal, so that ligand can be anionic ligand or it can be a neutral ligand, okay, which you have already studied. If it is anionic ligand, by that time that will be considered as point charge. Point charge. If a ligand is a neutral ligand, then we are going to consider it as dipoles. Okay, so if the ligand is anionic charge, in the sense negative charge if the ligand if it is present, that will be denoted as point charge. If we are having a neutral ligand like water, amines, okay, so if it is having neutral ligand that will be considered as a dipoles. So this is regarding the charges which is present in a ligand, in the sense around the central metal atom. So now here if you go, as I said, between the metal as well as ligand there will a kind of force of attraction will be present, that is known as electrostatic force of attraction will be present. So we are going to consider it as ionic in nature. So now here what will happen now, metal, okay, you know metal, the element, the metal what we are taking, so that is from D block, right? So we are taking metal from D block elements, in the sense the last shell which used for filling, that is nothing but d orbitals, right? So the d orbitals are present in your metal, so in that electrons will be revolving. Now when the ligand will come closer to this metal, okay, what will happen or how the bond formation will take place between them, so that concept has been explained over here. So now if you consider metal, around this ligand will be present, okay, so around metal you will be having number of ligand based on your coordination number. So now here as I said, metals will be having orbital, right? So d orbitals will be present. So if that d orbitals are present in the same energy, that will be considered as degenerated orbital. Degenerated orbital. So what is mean by degenerated orbital? If the orbitals which is present in this, so that is having same energy, that will be considered as degenerated orbital. So now what will happen? So this is your metal, electrons are revolving, now ligands will come closer to your metal. When ligands are coming closer, see ligands in a sense that also will be having electrons, right? So when this electrons as well as electrons of a metal, when it comes closer to each other, so there it starts repulsive force, okay, so there it started appearing of repulsion force. So it started repelling with each other. Why? The metal, the electrons which is present in the metal, so that have negative charge with electrons. So electrons which is present in your ligand, that also is having negative charge. Both the same charges when it comes contact with each other, that started repelling. So here the repulsive force will start. So due to this repulsive force, the d orbital which is with the same energy, that started disturbing. Okay, it started disturbing and it inhibits to higher energy. You know the d orbital if you consider, this is your d orbital. Okay, so this is nothing but the orbitals of d, right? So now here if you consider the first orbital, we are going to call it as dxy. The second one is called as dyz. The next orbital is dzx, and this fourth orbital is d of x square minus y square, and the last orbital that we are going to consider as dz square. If these 5 orbitals of d are with the same energy, then it will be considered as degenerative orbital. Now this is with the same energy. Now what will happen? The ligands will come near to the metal. As the ligand will come closer to this, the repulsive force will start between the electrons. So due to this reason, this degenerated orbital will get disturbed and it inhibits to higher energy. These 5 orbitals, that 5 lines are represented. The one is dxy, dyz, dzx, d of x square minus y square, and dz square. So these are the orbitals. So it will get disturbed and the splitting will take place with their energy level. Okay, the splitting of orbital will take place as 2 sets of orbital. So one it goes with the lower energy and another it goes with the higher energy. 2 sets of energy orbital will be shown over here. Okay, so what is these 2 sets, or on what basis we can write that 2 sets of orbitals, so that we are going to see next. So now here if I say, as I said, 5 orbitals will be there in d, dxy, dyz, dzx, d of x square minus y square as well as dz square. So in these 5 orbitals will form as 2 sets. Okay, so these 3 will be one set and these 2 will be another set. In the sense, these 3 will form a set and these 2 will form another set. Why these 3 form a set? See, the concept whatever I am going to explain, so that you have already studied in your 11th standard. Okay, just briefly I just revise the concept. So now here if you go the structure, why we are going to consider this as one set? The structure of this orbital, if I say, you know, d orbital in the sense double shape it will be there. So here the lobes of double it will be present between these axes. If I consider dxy, so consider this is your x axis and this is your y axis. You know, axis x, y, z axis will be there. 3-dimensional structure. It's not possible to show over here, so I just represent 2 axes and I'll show the structure. Okay, so consider this is x and y axis. So now this is x axis and this is y axis. The orbital, the double shape which is present over here, how it will present? The lobes will present between the axis. If it is dxy, the lobes are present between the axis. If it is dyz in the same way. So here also y z axis. The lobes are present between the axis. So this is dyz. If I consider dzx, so they are also same thing. So if I consider dzx, here also same thing. The lobes are present between the axis. So this is dzx. Okay. Now we will go with the d of x square minus y square. Here how the lobes are present? D of x square minus y square if we consider, the lobes are present on the axis. Okay. Here the lobes are present on the axis. Both the lobes should be same size. The lobes are present on the axis. So that is d of x square minus y square and another is d z square if we consider. So here also same thing. The lobes are present on the axis. Okay. So this is nothing but dz square. So what is the difference between these two? This will form a set. One set. Why it will form one set? Because here lobes are present between the axis. Okay. Here these two will form one set. Okay. Why? Because here the lobes are present on the axis. So here whatever the splitting of energies will be seen based on the ligands. Okay. So that mainly based on whether it is present on the axis or it is present between the axis, the lobes. Okay. So based on that, the splitting will take place. So here, as I said, one it goes with the lower energy, one set, any one set will go for lower energy, any one set it will go for higher energy level. And this splitting we are going to consider as crystal field splitting. The splitting we are going to call it as crystal field splitting. As I said, one will go with the lower energy and another will go with higher energy. Then obviously the energy difference will be there. So that energy we are going to represent as delta. Okay, the energy difference between this, that will be represented as delta, which is called as crystal field splitting energy. Okay, the representation will be done as crystal field splitting energy. So this is regarding the basic concept that you need to understand. Next we go with the octahedral and tetrahedral complex. So next we'll go with the crystal field splitting, how it will take place, the splitting of the orbital, how it will take place in your octahedral complex. So that we are going to see now. So now, see, if you take your octahedral complex, you know metal will be there. Around this metal, how many ligands will be there? Based on octahedral complex crystal, the coordination number will be 6. So you'll be having total 6 ligands, right? You'll be having total 6 ligands. See, these are the ligands, the number of ligands which is present, right? So now here you need to explain how this crystal field splitting will take place. See, this concept is very important either in octahedral as well as tetrahedral complex. Anyone is compulsory question for your final exam. Okay. So now here if you are explaining, see whatever I will explain, just make a point while explaining in your exam. You need to draw the crystal field splitting. Okay, that energy difference that you have to show with the diagram, as well as you need to explain also. Okay, whatever you have drawn, that you need to explain in terms of sentence. Okay, so here when we go with the crystal field splitting, see if I consider the orbital which is present with this metal, so that is nothing but the d orbital. 5 d orbitals will be there. So this is nothing but your free metal, or we can consider it as ion also. When your metal is free in nature, by diagram, the d orbital, these orbitals which is present in the metal, so that will be having same energy, which is called as degenerated orbital. So this is there with the degenerated form. So now, when it forms octahedral complex, what will happen? The ligand started coming near to your metal. Okay, so ligand will approach your metal. By that, the electrons which is present in the ligand as well as metal, it started repelling. So due to that repulsion, the orbital which is present in this degenerated orbital, so that started getting disturbed, right? So it will get disturbed and it will inhibit to higher energy. Higher energy formation will take place. Okay, so it will inhibit to higher energy. So this is average d orbital. Okay, when you go with octahedral complex. Okay, so this you need to write. So this is nothing but average energy. Now this will be having average energy that it will be showing over here. Okay, so now next what will happen? Next again this will start is splitting. Splitting of the orbital will take place, right? One with the lower energy as well as one with higher energy. One it goes with lower energy as well as one it goes with higher energy. So now in these two sets, which will go for lower energy as well as which will go for higher energy, that we are going to see based on this complex. Okay, so here what will happen? See the lobes of ligand in your octahedral complex, so that lies on the plane. I'm talking about ligand now. The lobes of the ligand, it lies on the plane. Okay, the lobes of the ligand, it lies on the plane. And if you consider metal, see these are the lobes of ligand which lies on the plane. Now if you consider the metal, means the metal lobes which is present on the axis, so that causes more repulsion. Again I repeat, the ligand lobes which is present on the axis. See now octahedral complex in the sense the ligand lobes will be present on the axis. Okay, so that is permanent. Always octahedral in the sense lobes will be present on the axis. Now the ligand lobes which is present on the axis as well as the metal. If you consider metal will be having these orbitals, right? Okay, so these orbitals are present. So in the metal, the lobes which is present on the axis, okay, which set of the orbital will present on the axis, So that causes more repulsion and it goes with higher energy. So if you consider these two, which is present on the axis, which are the lobes that present on the axis, whether this set or this set. So if you consider these two sets, this set is present, the lobes are present on the axis. Okay, so now here the lobes of ligand is present on the axis as well as the metal lobes are also present on the axis. So due to that reason, see, on the axis both are present. Lobes of ligand as well as lobes of these metals are presenting on the axis. So due to this reason, this electrons which is present over here, it causes more repulsion and these two sets will split into higher energy. So these two will split into higher energy. So which are those orbitals that will split into higher energy? That is d of x square minus y square and d z square. That higher energy orbital that we are going to consider as Eg. The higher energy orbital that we call it as Eg orbital. Okay. So now here if you go with this, next, which orbital? So this here we have written, and according to this will get more energy, so it will split as higher energy. Now these orbitals, this set of orbitals, it will cause us lesser energy. Why it will cause lesser energy? You think it. See, lobes or ligand present on the axis. Now here if you take these sets, here the lobes will be present between the axis. So by then the repulsive force will be lesser when we compare to here, right? So the repulsion force which is present here between the axis as well as on the axis, if you consider, so that repulsive force will be lesser. So due to this reason, this will cause, these orbitals, set of orbitals will cause lesser energy and it will split in this form. Okay, so these orbitals which is present over here, that is dxy, dyz and dzx. So these are the orbitals which is present with the lower energy. So this splitting we are going to call it as T2G splitting. The upper higher orbital splitting, the dx square minus y square and dz square called as Dt set of splitting, and this will be considered as T2G set of splitting. So these are the crystal field splitting. Now the energy difference whatever takes place over here, whatever the energy difference will be there, right? So that I denote as delta O. Okay, O represent octahedral complex. So delta O represent octahedral complex. So here this will be having some amount of energy difference. Here the energy difference will increase, here the energy difference will decrease. So the energy difference which increases by 3 by 5 delta O or delta naught. Okay, the energy difference between whatever it will take place. Okay, so that is 3 by 5 delta naught. The value, whichever the energy difference which it will take place over here, that is 3 by 5 delta naught. Here the energy difference what it will take place over here, that is 2 by 5 delta naught. So this will be considered with the rule. The rule is called as barycenter rule. So here it says the sum of this when you will take, so that you should get as unit 1. Okay, according to barycenter rule. So if you take 3 by 5 plus 2 by 5 is nothing but 5 by 5 is equal to 1. Okay, so that is the rule. So energy difference whatever it will take, it should be same always. Okay. So here this is regarding your crystal field splitting in octahedral complex. Most of the students they write everything in proper way, but the energy difference when they write right, so that they write ulta. For this they write 2 by 5 and this they write 3 by 5. So remember always how many set of orbitals will be there? We will have, not set, how many orbitals? 5 orbitals will be there. In that 5 orbitals, how many orbitals will split as higher energy? That is 2. How many are remaining? 3. So write as 3 by 5. Remember like that. Okay, 3 by 5. So here also total 5 orbitals will be there. So how many will split over here? 3 will split as lower energy and how many are remaining? 2 are remaining. So 2 by 5. Remember like that. So the value, this is the energy difference which will take place over here. So below this you need to write here. This is nothing but average energy of d orbital in octahedral complex. In octahedral complex. And here below this you need to write splitting of d orbital in octahedral complex. So you have to write this structure, this diagram you have to draw, and while drawing also remember the difference here. 2 by 5 is less, 3 by 5 is more. So this difference should be more diagram. Okay. So from this midpoint, this should be less. Okay, length should be less. Here this should be more. Okay, when you compare with this you need to remember and you have to draw. And here more you have to write. Here you have to write the orbital, metal orbital when it is in the free form, biatom it will be there with the degenerated form. And as the ligand will come closer to each other by that it will inhibit to higher energy and splitting of the orbital will take place. The lobes of ligand as well as the lobes of metal of d of x square minus y square and d z square are present on the axis. Both are present along the axis. So this will cause, these two orbitals will cause more of repulsion and it will split into higher energy. These orbitals, d of x y, d by z, d z x, these orbitals are present between the axis. So this will cause lesser repulsion and split as lower energy orbital. Okay, it will split as lower energy. And here you need to write, so the splitting will be considered as higher for higher energy it is Eg, for lower energy it is T2G, and the energy difference which takes place between this, that will be represented as delta naught or delta O. The value for this, in the sense, the increase in crystal field energy for Eg orbital, that is 3 by 5 delta naught, will decrease in crystal field energy for T2G, it is 2 by 5 delta naught or delta O. So in this way you have to write and you have to explain the concept. So next we will go with crystal field splitting in tetrahedral complex. As I said, octahedral or tetrahedral, both are important. One is compulsory for your final exam. Okay. So now when you go with the tetrahedral complex, what is going to happen over here? So when we discuss regarding tetrahedral complex, you know their metal will be there. Around that, ligand will be present. Okay, 4 ligands it will be having. These are the 4 ligands. Okay, so if I draw the axis over here, the axis will come in this way. So this is one axis and this is another axis. And you can imagine over here whether the lobes are present on the axis or between the axis, whether it is present. See, octahedral in the sense, then lobes were present on the axis, so lobes more repulsion. Lobes of ligand, lobes of metal, more repulsion, so that causes higher energy. In tetrahedral, the ligand lobe is present between the axis. Ligand lobe itself present between the axis. Now you can guess where it will be having more repulsion. Okay, the lobes of ligand as well as the lobes of the metal which is present between the axis. Okay, so here when it comes, if you consider dxy here only on between the axis only it will come, right? So that causes more repulsion and this will get split as higher energy. So you need to explain the same way over here also. Degenerated orbital will be there, which will be considered as free metal or ion. Okay, so this is degenerated orbital. So next, if we go for higher energy level, when this ligand will come closer to each other, by that an electron will started repelling. So due to that reason, this causes higher energy. Okay, so energy inhibits our energy level. So then the splitting will take place over here. Okay, so one with the lower energy and another with higher energy. There's two splitting will take place. So higher energy, which will cause us higher energy, whether this set is going to cause higher energy or this set is going to cause higher energy, obviously this, right? Here in tetrahedral complex, the ligand lobe is present between the axis. If you go with the metal also here, metal if you consider the lobes which is present between the axis, that will causes more repulsion compared to this. So this causes more repulsion with the ligand. This causes lesser repulsion with the ligands. So this will get higher energy as dxy, dyz and dzx. Okay, so it causes higher energy dxy, dyz and dzx. So this energy will be considered as T2. We are not supposed to represent as G, T2, that's it. Okay, and which causes lower energy. Okay, that lower energy orbital, why it is we can go for lower energy because the lesser repulsion. When you compare with this, so this will be having lesser repulsion. So due to that reason, d of x square minus y square as well as dz square orbital will cause us lesser repulsion and it will get lesser energy. So here d of x square minus y square and dz square causes lesser energy, which will be considered as E. The set of orbital will be considered as E. Okay, so this is nothing but crystal free splitting, and here the difference with the energy what it will take place over here, that will be represented as delta T. Okay, so here the energy difference what it will take place same as we have done before. 5 orbitals, in that 3 orbitals involved for higher energy, how many are remaining? 2 are remaining, 2 by 5 delta T. For this 5 orbitals, in that 2 orbitals are involved for lower energy, how many are remaining? 3 are remaining, so 3 by 5 delta T. So here energy level increases with 2 by 5 delta T, it decreases with 3 by 5 delta T. So that is the energy difference which takes place over here. Okay, so this is regarding when you go with a tetrahedral complex. So these two concepts are very important to understand as well as very important to remember.